An OnlyFans mom says her son's school suspended him after they found out about the content she makes in her free time. It was earlier this year, a 31-year-old Victoria Snooks Treese announced she would be taking action against Orange County Public Schools after she was no longer allowed to volunteer because of her OnlyFans account. In defense of Treese, Cheek revealed how she and her family were discriminated against when her son's school found out about her OnlyFans videos. According to Cheek, she was forced to homeschool her 7-year-old after he was suspended when the school found out she was an OnlyFans model. Quote, "My son was even suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me or give a reason as to why he was being treated badly simply because I did OnlyFans," end quote, she explained. So what do y'all think about that?
What in the who?
That's sad. I mean, I feel like people should be able to have their personal lives and have children. So it's like, I could understand to an aspect of the volunteering because, it might just be, causing people to talk and, nobody wants that to be talked about in a school setting. But to suspend and kick the boy out of school, that was really drag. That was really OD.
Yeah. The question is that OnlyFans is a subscription.
Too. So you can't just see it.
Right. This is what I'm saying. So that means somebody had to be subscribed to it to see pass the word along to even know that she even had a page up there anyway.
Anyway.
It was probably a teacher.
This is what I'm saying. A hating teacher probably didn't even like the student anyway. Oh, this is perfect juice. Let's get this on over to the principal.
But what does that have to do with their child?
Them going to school. It's a sub-school. Them kids don't watch OnlyFans.
A child for what their parent is doing.
It sounds
is that
like
okay?
It sounds like whoever thought that it was quote unquote wrong, and what they tried to do is instead of taking it up with the parent, not that was right. But then they ended up trying to hurt the kid because they couldn't get to the parent.
Mm-hmm. Like she's not recording on school premises. She's not recording in the classroom.
Call the cops because she got an OnlyFans. So what? Oh, so we're gonna get the kid out of this school.
So porn stars and all those other people have to homeschool their kids. Like
and strippers.
That's not fair. Strippers they have to homeschool their kids. Because your, faculty and staff want to see videos on their free time.
Their spare time, hello.
And that's the thing too. Like we were saying, like it's her personal time. That has nothing to do with the school. So y'all can feel whatever way y'all want to feel about her, but to bring the child into it is really ridiculous. You got this kid out of school now, 7 years old. He probably got friends that he missed now, and now has to stay home, and she has to work around her schedule to pay extra money to homeschool her kid. That's
now sad. She got to do an extra hour at OnlyFans because of y'all.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
That's why she doing OnlyFans now. Like, that's
the economy.
She definitely should sue them. She gonna win.
Now, in the OnlyFans, they have an 18 or older type of thing in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 7 and older. Okay.
And you have to subscribe. You literally have to put your credit card in there to get the videos or the footage. All you can see is a profile picture. You can't see nothing. So it's like.
So it had to be a teacher.
It had to be, it had to be a teacher. And no 7-year-olds got OnlyFans. I'm sorry. My niece is 8, 9. They don't know what that is. Like. They're not.
They too busy learning hip dances and stuff.
And Roblox.
Like
all they want is Roblox and TikTok. Like they're not worried about no OnlyFans. So it's just like it was definitely an adult who probably got dubbed and tried to go to the principal and try to get her son kicked out of school because that's weird to me. Like, what did you sat down in the office and said we're gonna kick this little boy out of school? Like, that's crazy to me.
Because you saw the page. Where's the warning? Where's the anything?
And that had to go through administration. In other words, everybody had to approve.
Everybody had to approve that.
Behind my back, without the parent-teacher conference or whatever y'all want to call it.
And she was volunteering. That's what I was saying before. Like, I could understand that they didn't want her to really volunteer anymore because it does cause, you're sexually working These are adults who could see it.
Right.
So if you're volunteering, I could understand how that might cause some ruckus and be awkward. So I could understand them saying, yo, you can't really volunteer no more. If you do want to volunteer, just send the stuff in. Like, we don't really want, you know, everybody talking about this. It's a kid's place. Right. But to kick the kid out,
that was messed up. That was
he probably was like, what did I do?
It's like, bro,
and now you got this kid. Right. She got to explain this to him. And what if he don't even know she has OnlyFans? What if he didn't know? Now she has to explain to her child what your school is doing to him. Like, it's sad.
I just don't understand how it translates to suspending
suspension. Like,
I don't even get it.
You don't got an OnlyFans. Like,
okay.
I hope she sued her, you know what, out of that.
Yeah. I hope she sued, because she's going to win. She better sue her. Pain and suffering.
All
out
that.
of work.
The kid, everything.
Out of work, all of that.
I personally don't see anything wrong with her breastfeeding her baby for 3 years. Like, my baby is 4, and he's, to me and to everybody around him, he's still like a baby, like in that, you know, baby state of mind. Is he innocent? He's innocent.
Are you still breastfeeding?
Hell no.
I think 3 is a good cutoff age.
I don't think that's bad. 3 ain't bad. 3 ain't bad.
I feel like after 3, that's when I start looking at you funny. Like, okay, he's still on your nipple. It's not just breast milk. He's sucking on a titty.
Is this pleasure? Is this resourceful?
Yeah, after like 3, 4, 5 years old, they start understanding stuff more. They start talking to you like adults, and you just be looking at them like, how do you know these things? And it's because they're smart. Like, they're smarter than they look. Like, they actually know what's going on around them, and they pick up on a lot of stuff around them. And at that point, they can start saying it out loud. So I feel like I don't want my son asking me for my titty. Like, I just don't want.
I feel like, though, like, I don't know if it's just like me, but I kind of feel like 3, though. 3 is kind of like it's young, but it's like they start talking.
I'd probably stop by. Once you start walking, you grown. You don't need to be on my titty.
The teeth, people, the teeth.
Once you start getting teeth and stuff,
it's over.
I don't really look at them crazy when they're like 2, 3 years old. But after that, I'm gonna be like thinking a lot when they're older, like 5. I just be like,
this is like a 10-year-old in a stroller.
From a man's perspective, right? Hey, look, man, you're not gonna be doing this until you 3 years. This is mine.
Okay.
Excuse me, little. Get out the way.
All right now.
This is mine here. You're interfering with me now. You know.
Well.
Now look.
But as God intended, these titties is for the babies. Okay? These titties was made not for y'all to suck on, not for the grown men to suck on.
There is an expiration date on these titties, all right?
To produce food.
There's an expiration date on the titties.
For real.
Let me ask y'all another question. How long do you keep your kid in a stroller?
You heard me, right?
Yeah, like, you know how in the store, and then you see this mom coming down the aisle with a whole person in the stroller.
Right.
If his feet is touching the ground, he needs to be out the stroller.
I ain't even gonna lie. I used to be like, seeing that, and I'd be like, why do they have this grown ass little kid in the stroller? Okay. And then, well, I don't put him in the stroller anymore. But when we going on them long walks,
they get
and
that
he
trauma.
feel like he want to fall asleep, or he tired, or it's nap time or something, I ain't carrying him.
Okay, man up. But the stroller ain't either. Man up.
So that's just from the perspective of a mother that ain't gonna do it.
But how old is that?
Yeah, my
How,
mom
what
used to
age?
make me walk.
What age was that?
Like,
3.
That's not
yeah.
bad.
Girl,
That's
that
not
was a baby.
bad.
Not bad.
That's the baby.
It's like, what
still.
if
I
it's
feel
like 7?
he's not even in school yet, like real
He's 7, bro.
school yet.
I'm like 5 years old. You still in the stroller? It's okay. It's all right. Because I'm still not gonna pick you up and carry you when you fall asleep. So you're gonna go right in the stroller.
Aisha, what do you think?
Well, I feel as if his feet is dragging or her feet is dragging while you're controlling the child,
Yeah.
and they don't need to be in a stroller. But like around 3-4 years old, they could start walking. You can. What I like to do is sometimes the little cheap little foldable strollers that if they're too tired, you just whip it out and you put them in there. But if their feet is literally dragging on the floor, then yeah, they don't need to be in a stroller anymore.
They can't. They shouldn't be that tired. They're little kids.
Exactly.
My mom used to tell me to walk. I didn't get no carry. She's like, well, you got 2 feet, so
Yeah,
use
that's my
them.
mom. I was like, you can walk.
I bet you ain't tired no more.
No, I was in Target sometime last month, and I saw like if I had to guess the age, it had to be like an 8-year-old, like to the point where he was in a stroller and his feet were like he had to lift his feet up, so like it wouldn't stop like the stroller as like the mom was pushing it. It was like he was that tall.
That's not yours. That's not for you.
Yeah.
And then also that's I personally, like, I don't have kids either, but like just looking at it, it just looks like lazy parenting, because you need to teach your child to be responsible enough to hold their stuff and walk and be with you while you guys are out. You just throwing them in the stroller every time they want to sit down. You're making lazy habits. And now they're going to be 10 years old, sitting around not doing nothing because you never wanted to do anything about, training them or disciplining them to walk on their own and do things on their own.
Or what about when you see the 4-5-year-olds with pacifiers in their mouths?
Oh no.
And that's just not even good for their teeth. Like, it's not good for their teeth. It's not good for nothing. Like, even I understand too, that is like a little harder to get off of because they do grow attachments to that. But you are the parent and you got to discipline your child. Your child shouldn't be running you and telling you what they're going to do and then have 2 front rotten teeth because you don't want to take the pacifier away.
Or they got a mean overbite. Okay. Right.
Now you're gonna have to end up paying thousands of dollars 10, 15 years later because they need braces.
And then they gotta get the little hook too on the side because they gotta push the teeth back. Wish my mom had put me up, but I ain't get that.
Like, I wouldn't say bad parenting because I get it. It can be hard sometimes, but I feel like that's just lazy parenting because you got to take the initiative to do these things and take it away and be the bad parent, and no one wants to do that. So
it was very difficult for me to take my baby's pacifier away because I got a 14-year-old and I got a 3-year-old. So it's like,
Yeah, my niece was like not with it. And then one day she just threw it. Like, she just did not want it no more.
I had to hide mine until my baby saw other people babies and went to go reach for their stuff. I'm like, oh, Jesus, please. Like,
I don't even want one. I just want anyone.
Like, please help me out here. Just give me somebody's, anybody's. Like.